In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 different NBA games happening on February 16, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets, as we provide these videos on a daily basis, and I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like access to our exclusive betting picks where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 15 betting picks a day, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Now let's get started. Sacramento Kings versus Chicago Bulls. The Kings are entering this game after losing to the depleted Brooklyn Nets 109-85. They couldn't do anything correctly on either end of the floor. The new-look Kings could still be trying to figure out their offense after the addition of Domantas Sabonis. The Bulls are pulling into this game after they defeated the San Antonio Spurs 120-109. The Bulls have been on a roll as of late. That was their 4th straight win. They will need to keep firing on the offensive end against the Kings. Head-to-head, the under is 7-2 in the last 9 meetings in Chicago, and the Kings are 16-5-1 against the spread in the last 22 meetings in Chicago. Despite the fact that Chicago is playing without its second leading scorer Zach LaVine, the Bulls have covered the spread in 4 of their last 5. DeMar DeRozan has put the Bulls team on his shoulders. DeRozan is scoring an average of 27.9 points per game, which is 4th in the NBA, and has scored 30 points or more in each of the last 7 games. Sacramento will be playing its 3rd consecutive game on the road, and the Kings continue to get acquainted with one another as several new faces, including Domantas Sabonis and Jeremy Lamb, are on the roster. The Kings' defense is its own worst enemy, as Sacramento is next to last in the NBA in points allowed at 114.7, as well as next to last in field goal accuracy allowed at 47.5%. The Chicago Bulls money line is our full game side pick. As mentioned previously, Sacramento is 29th in the NBA in points allowed at 114.7 points per game, and it is therefore not surprising that 5 of the last 6 games for Sacramento have finished over. Chicago is 7th in the NBA in scoring with an average of 112.4 points per game, and the total has finished over in 8 of the Bulls' last 11. When the Bulls play against opponents from the Pacific Division, the total has finished over in 4 out of the last 5. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Antonio Spurs versus Oklahoma City Thunder. The rubber match between the San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder takes place Wednesday night at the Paycom Center. Their first meeting took place back in early November when the Thunder scored a 99-94 win at home. In their recent meeting, in mid-January, it was the Spurs that picked up a 118-96 win at home. DeJounte Murray and Doug McDermott both scored in the 20 seconds to lift the Spurs to the victory. Murray has been as consistent as any player in the league this year. He is a triple-double threat each time he hits the court and is the engine that drives this Spurs team. He is holding steady with an average stat line of 20 PTS, 8.3 boards, and 9.4 assists per game. For the Thunder, their top player has been out recently, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Luguentz Dort had been carrying the load in his absence, but he is questionable for this one. That leaves rookie Josh Giddey as the main scorer for the Thunder. He is averaging over 12 points per game to go along with his 7.7 rebounds and 6.3 assists per game. This is a game where I believe the total is indicative of how this game should play out. It is on the lower side, and that should favor the better defensive team in the Thunder. San Antonio has not been the same offensive team that they are at home when on the road. The fact that the Spurs are in the middle of a tough and long road trip will favor the Thunder as well. Spread is just high enough here where I feel comfortable with the home dog. Oklahoma City Thunder to cover the spread is our full game side pick. The Thunder should dictate the pace in this one, which will be on the slower side. The last 5 meetings between these two have ended under the total, and the Thunder have gone under in 9 of their last 12 games against Western Conference opponents. San Antonio plays at the 5th fastest tempo this season as they average 99.8 possessions per contest, which is a deviation from what you expect from Greg Popovich. This season, the Spurs have seen the over post a 29-27-2 record coming into this one. San Antonio has been proficient offensively, but their defense has taken a hit as the season has gone on, leaving them in the bottom third of the league. Oklahoma City has sputtered offensively, which has helped lead to the under hitting in 33 of their first 57 games. With 1 push on the year, the Thunder are 18th in the league in tempo with 97.8 possessions a night. Each of the last 5 meetings have ended up short of the number, with the Thunder minus quite possibly their top 2 scoring options. This one ends up short of the mark as well. I expect the Spurs to struggle offensively. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Raptors versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The Raptors continue to jockey for playoff positioning as they travel to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves Wednesday night. The Raptors come into the action with a 31-25 record, sitting just a game behind the Celtics for the all-important 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. Minnesota is 30-27 on the season, and they are also pushing to take over the 6th seed in the Western Conference. Currently, they are 2 games back of the Nuggets for that honor. The Minnesota Timberwolves are averaging 113.3 points on 44.9% shooting and allowing 111.7 points on 45.7% shooting. Karl Anthony Towns is averaging 24.1 points and 4 assists, while Anthony Edwards is averaging 22.4 points and 3.7 assists. D'Angelo Russell is the third double-digit scorer, and Malik Beasley is grabbing 3 rebounds. The Minnesota Timberwolves are shooting 35.2% from beyond the arc and 76.9% from the free throw line. The Minnesota Timberwolves are allowing 34.9% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.6 rebounds per game. The Toronto Raptors are averaging 108.8 points on 44.3% shooting and allowing 107.2 points on 46.2% shooting. Pascal Siakam is averaging 22 points and 5.1 assists, while Fred VanVleet is averaging 21.6 points and 4.6 rebounds. Gary Trent Jr. is the third double-digit scorer, and Anunoby is grabbing 5.6 rebounds. The Toronto Raptors are shooting 35.5% from beyond the arc and 75.7% from the free throw line. The Toronto Raptors are allowing 35.7% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.8 rebounds per game. The Toronto Raptors have been winning and covering machines over the last month or so, and it's hard to turn them down in the underdog role with the rest advantage. However, the Minnesota Timberwolves are playing their best ball of the season, and they need to win games like this at home if they're going to be taken seriously as a playoff contender. Minnesota Timberwolves to win and cover the spread is our full game side pick. Minnesota is one of the fastest-paced teams in the NBA, ranking 3rd overall. The Raptors are on the other end of the spectrum, ranking 26th. They'll probably push each other towards the middle range, but the over is the bet here simply because of the pure power of both teams from an offensive standpoint. We have 2 teams that have been absolutely crushing the scoreboard in their last 10 games, with neither team being overly strong on the defensive side. The most likely outcome in this game is a high-flying back and forth shootout that easily makes it into over territory. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.